In today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to do a mullet taper. My client here wants his top still the same length and he wants a low taper on the side. Just bring the hair down. Right now we're just analyzing the head shape, see where his peak point on the crown is, separating the front and the back, combing down the hair. We're doing a mullet, so before cutting the hair, we gotta really visualize how you want the back to be like, right? So right here, I'm just sectioning the back diagonally and clipping up the hair, and you can kind of visualize the back, how it's gonna look like already before cutting the hair. And on this side, we do the same, just to match what we have sectioned on the other side. After sectioning the hair, we're gonna comb the hair diagonally to the back and pull out a small section from the bottom, comb it out. And just make sure everything is straight, nice and tight, and cut straight. So there we made our first guide. Now we're just following the guide and connecting the hair step by step. Cut straight. And then we're gonna comb another small section, bring it down. Also same thing, comb in, lift the hair up, pull it out, and cut straight. And then follow the guide, pull out the hair, connect that. Same thing, we're just following steps, alright guys? Comb the hair down, section, and see where you're working with, pull it out, cut straight. Boom. My client here, he wants his mullet to be more spiked up at the back, so on the top section we're gonna cut slightly shorter, which is why we're gonna lift the angle up more while we're cutting. Same thing, pull the hair out, cut straight, boom. Pretty simple. And we're gonna comb the hair once more. We're slowly getting to the top part now, and see how I'm lifting up the angle here and visualizing how the spike's gonna look like at the back of the mullet, and just cut accordingly to the length. And here we're grabbing some vertical sections to remove some weight, and when we're cutting, we always want to comb the hair. Keep combing the hair. That's when you're gonna really get really clean results. For the bottom, we do the same. Comb it out and cut. Boom. Connecting the layers. Now we're getting up to the top, doing some point cutting. Same thing on this side, point cutting. Point cutting is just essentially making some small triangles within the layers of the hair. That's gonna create that texture when we put in the clay later, when styling the hair. Same thing for the middle. Boom. See all that texture going on already? That flow? Same thing for here. We're just removing some length and weight. It's creating that shape we want for the mullet to look like. A mullet could be long, could be short, or the top could be shorter, the bottom could be longer. It really depends on what your client wants. Just point cutting, getting rid of some bulk, connecting the sides, point cutting, boom. See those small triangles we're creating? All those are gonna be texture in the haircut. Just combing the hair, lifting this part where I see it's heavy, doing some more point cutting, and just combing the hair, see whatever length needs to be removed, comb it out, and point cut. We're done with the bottom layers. Now we're gonna do the top layers. Here we're just connecting the bottom guide that we made with the top layers. What we're thinking here is a circle. We want to cut round here, so we're connecting the bottom with the top like a circle. Same thing for the middle. We're just point cutting, following the guide. Pull up the hair and connecting the layers. And see that the basic shape is out already. Look at that texture. So before giving it more texture, we're gonna blow dry the hair. And after we blow dry the hair, we're gonna do some dry cutting and using some texturizing scissors. And when you're blow drying the hair, remember, always comb the hair in the direction you want and create that basic shape before texturizing. Here I'm using some texturizing scissors, just getting rid of some dark spot and see where I want to create textures and just point cutting downwards. Here we're just doing some detailing, getting rid of some weight in the middle, combing the hair. Now we're texturizing the top. Also just seeing where it's heavy and just getting rid of the dark spots, getting that texture in the hair. Now we're just connecting the bottom to the top, giving it more texture. Now moving on to the side, we're gonna do some scissor work to remove some weight. First, we're just gonna comb down the hair, make sure the sections are clean. And now we're just combing out the hair, cutting it straight. Just like that, we created our first guide. Now we're just connecting from the first guide. And boom. And before doing the taper, we're gonna remove some bulk by doing some scissor over comb. You can use a clipper as well. Personally, I prefer using scissors here because it gives me a softer and more natural finish. Now we're moving on to the taper. We're just using a 2 guard to do some preparation work for the base of this taper. Now we're creating this guide with a 1 guard, fully open. I like to do my tapers downwards. Usually people like to do it upwards, but I feel like doing it downwards makes it easier and you really don't get lost in your guidelines that you put too harsh to begin with, right? So fading downwards would be better for a natural look and you won't fuck up too easily. Now we're just using a 0 guard, fading out the bald line. Playing around with the lever, just doing some lever play and getting rid of these dark spots. And after fading the hair, we're just gonna line up the C-cup. Gotta be precise here, it's all about the details. See how I'm just scooping slowly downwards? You don't gotta rush here. Lining up the hair is all about patience. Do not rush. See that? Now we're just doing the ear area. Round it off. Boom. This is what I call the magic lineup. The taper just pops, the fade just pops after the lineup. That's the most satisfying part of the haircut. Now we're just cleaning up the bottom layer of the fade. Just fading out some dark spot that I still see, doing some detailing. And now we is done with the taper. Look at that low taper. And to be more crispy, we gotta line that C cup with a straight razor. Now we're gonna move on to the top. My client doesn't want too much length removed, so we're gonna keep the length and just clean up the sections. We're just gonna pull down a small section to work with and pull it out, lift it up in the angle to cut a straight line. And we're just gonna connect it with combing down the hair and not leaving the hair, still grabbing the hair while combing the hair and connecting it all the way from the front to the back. And we're gonna pull another section down from the top, repeating the same steps. We're gonna first make the guide and comb the hair while grabbing the hair as well, and boom, cut straight. And after finishing this layer, we're gonna pull one more layer from the top and repeat that same step. And after I'm all done with this side, I'm just gonna move on to the other side and do the same thing all over again. And here's the final product.
Very texturizing.
And that's the Mullet taper. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. I'll see you on the next one.